The planet Neptune has been appearing in some leaks and lore recently in Destiny, and some believe it could be the next location we visit in Lightfall. Is this the location of a massive superweapon that could change life on Earth as we know it? The location of a Cloud City stronghold among the clouds of a gas giant? Let's discuss. So why are we talking about Neptune in the first place? Well, first, it was mentioned by Destiny 2 leaks on Twitter a week or so ago. They discussed some other stuff in that post, but I really just want to focus on the planet Neptune and try and decipher with in-game lore if this could become a possible location. Basically, will Neptune be playable, or will we go there in Lightfall, or is this all just bogus? Over the last couple of seasons, we have been getting some hints about this location from characters like Crow, which we'll show you in a little bit. In the post, it's claimed that the next location we visit is Neptune, where we will encounter some mysteries. Neptune does sound kind of interesting. We've never heard too much about this place in game, maybe that's on purpose, but I've done some digging and found a few references. Back when Destiny 2 was first releasing and had its beta, players were able to dig into the PC files and find some audio of locations that aren't in the game. Original lines found discuss combating the Red Legion on our moon, returning to Venus and Earth, heading to the Myriad, which turned out to be Nessus, and also Ganymede, a moon of Jupiter. You can hear voice lines about these locations if you search for them, but nothing at that time was planned for Neptune, to my knowledge. In-game currently, we know a couple of things. First, Cabal and Guardians have visited this area before, specifically a moon of Neptune called Neptune 2 or Nereid. In the 4th Mark ship, we see a Guardian struggling with past events, and they talk about this moon. Jacinda sat in the Nereidian soil with Neptune hanging overhead, her back pressed against a jump ship's landing gear. Her ghost glow washed over the weather-worn journal in her hands, bathing it in blue. She studied the open pages. On the left, a caricatured sketch of a fire team. On the right, 4 angrily sprawled tally marks, the last one fresh with wet ink. She traced the lines with her fingers. So that card is pretty cool. You can read the rest if you like. It involves this 4th Mark ship taking off on Neptune and some vengeance regarding the spider and some other characters tied to these ones dying. So that first line obviously mentions the moon, Nereidian soil. The 4th Mark ship was here and visited a moon of Neptune. Second, we have a voice line from Crow at the helm.
Cabal cruisers keep returning to Neptune's orbital path. Wonder if they're hiding something in its gravity well.
Cabal cruisers keep returning to Neptune's orbital path. Wonder if they're hiding something in its gravity well. Cabal are interested in something in Neptune's orbital path, either its orbital path around the sun, or maybe what's orbiting it, like the moon. And Crow thinks that the Cabal are possibly hiding something here. A gravity well is the large pull of gravity emitting from Neptune, as it's pretty large. Any large body has its own pull of gravity. In my opinion, either the Cabal were hiding something here, maybe some of their fleet, as this was when they first arrived in the system with Keitel for that alliance, or they found something they weren't supposed to. In Season of the Arrivals, you can see the pyramids fly past Neptune and other outer planets. It is kind of weird that some of these planets are lit up and others, like Neptune, are not. Maybe no one believes anything exists out there, but it in fact does. And if something does exist, what is it? A superweapon? Some type of city? First, let's talk about a superweapon or some type of device. The first thing I thought about was Mara Sov's asset she spoke about to the emissary of the Nine.
If that's so, I accept their terms. Move the asset into position beyond the grave of the First Fleet, and do remind them, I have shown more than enough patience.
Beyond the grave of the First Fleet? Well, where is the First Fleet? The First Fleet is believed to be near the Cassini crash site around Saturn, a graveyard of dead ships. This voice line from the Awoken Queen comes after Forsaken, so Mara still has a Harbinger at her disposal, and that could be what she is talking about here. That or something we don't know about. Since this, we haven't really got any updates. but she says to move it beyond the grave of that first fleet, beyond Saturn. And what's beyond Saturn? Well, you have the outer planets, possible other belts, and what about Neptune? The second speculation theory here is a cloud city. Rasputin in Witch Queen text mentions a place called the Nephele Stronghold, which we've explained could mean a cloud city. A cloud city stronghold that not many people know about because the Warmind erased all evidence of it would make perfect sense, and being at the edge of the system, many humans might not have even traveled around here. People think this is a wasteland and a piece of junk space rock, when in fact it could house humanity's last stronghold. NASA says, dark, cold, and whipped by supersonic winds, ice giant Neptune is the 8th and most distant planet in our solar system. More than 30 times as far from the Sun as Earth, Neptune is the only planet in our solar system not visible to the naked eye, and the first predicted by mathematics before its discovery. In 2011, Neptune completed its first 165-year orbit since its discovery in 1846. Think about this as well. The whole Neptune thing could be bogus. There is an asteroid called 431 Nephele which orbits between Mars and Jupiter in the main portion of the asteroid belt. Now it would make perfect sense that the Nephele stronghold would be on an asteroid named 431 Nephele, right? And what if this is also near that first fleet? In my opinion, one of the coolest parts of Destiny is exploring the rest of our system and seeing what's left. What epic sci-fi bunkers and lost cities await us on other worlds, like that Deep Stone Crypt for example. And it does honestly depend all on Lightfall's story. If the Witness does force us to flee, we would have to find a location elsewhere. Or if someone like Xivu Arath or Callus is involved, that could completely change things as well. Is it a hive war moon near Earth? Callus's updated pyramid ship if it left the moon somehow? That'd be pretty crazy. Also, remember back to Witch Queen, Savathun had this to say.
2 lies, 2 truths. The traveler will leave. The traveler will fall. The traveler is not the only one of its kind. The hive are not the last to be chosen by the light. The Pyramid Blade is one key to defeating the Witness. The Witness seeks the final shape, and the final shape is nothing. The last city is not the last city. The Witness will build its army on Mars.
So if this is true in that order, the Traveler leaves, there's another city. Unless those are not the truths, this could be some pretty good evidence here. Also, throw those Scion predictions on top of it, the ones we've heard a million times. Leviathan reborn. That was true. Ship Stealer revived is up for grabs. City besieged and Traveler infected by darkness are still up in the air. So that's what we know. Will Neptune be a location we visit in Lightfall? Will the city be under siege like in the Red War and we are forced elsewhere to find a solution, like this Cloud City? Let me know your thoughts down below. Anyway, Guardians, if you'd like to see some more Destiny lore and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching and I'll catch you Guardians in the next one.